Join Kids Hut family. That is not nice, Tofu. What if your friends find out? They will stop talking to you, won't they?
Oh no! I am so clever, they won't find out ever.
Let me tell you the story of another clever boy called Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer lived with his Aunt Polly and half-brother Sid. He was an extremely clever boy who loved mischief. But Tom also had a very good luck, which always helped him get away with the mischief he did. One day, his Aunt Polly was looking for him. "Tom, Tom, where are you?" She looked everywhere. She looked outside in the yard. Inside in the house and the kitchen. She looked in her room too, but he was nowhere. She went back to his room and called to him. "Tom, stop hiding and come out now." But there was no answer. Suddenly, Aunt Polly saw something move under Tom's bed. She thought it was Tom. She bent down and swiftly pulled the bed cover. A cat that Tom had hidden there sprung out at Aunt Polly. Surprised looking at this, she shouted, "Oh dear! Where did Tom get the cat? Wait till I find that boy!" Just as Aunt Polly was shooing the cat out of the window, she felt someone behind her. It was Tom, trying to escape from the room. He had been hiding in the cupboard. Aunt Polly caught him by the collar. "Tom, what were you doing hiding in the cupboard? You ate all the jam, didn't you?"
No, Aunt Polly. I haven't even touched the jam. It must have been Sid.
"Don't you lie to me, young man. I can see the jam all over your face." Tom quickly tried to wipe his face, but it was too late. "Today I am going to beat you with a stick. You have become too mischievous."
Aunt Polly, look behind you.
Aunt Polly turned to see, but there was no one. It was just one of Tom's tricks. And this time he used it to get away from Aunt Polly, because when she turned around again, he wasn't there. "Oh, this boy! One of these days I am going to punish him." Tom was so happy with himself for fooling Aunt Polly again that he decided to take the day off from school. Instead, he went to the river and bathed in it. At lunchtime, he went into a nearby farm, stole fruits from there, and ran out of there with the owner chasing behind him. Just as he was running, he bumped into Sid. Sid saw Tom's wet hair and clothes and the fruits in his hands and understood that Tom hadn't gone to school, but he didn't say anything. When Tom reached home, Aunt Polly was waiting for him and she was angry. Tom understood that Sid had told her everything. "Tom, did you skip school again?"
No, Aunt Polly. Sid is lying.
"How did you know Sid said anything to me?" Well, for once Tom had got himself into trouble. He had no answer for Aunt Polly's question. "Tomorrow is Saturday. You don't have school. You will not go anywhere. Instead, you will whitewash the fence."
The entire fence?
"Yes, the entire fence. That is your punishment." Tom had no choice. He couldn't argue with Aunt Polly. He didn't want to make her angrier, but he was angry too. The fence would take up his whole Saturday. He went into the yard and kicked at the dust. Just then, he saw Sid coming in. He quickly made a mud ball and swung it at him.
Stop! Help, Aunt Polly! Why did you have to tell anything to Aunt Polly?
Tom flung a few more mud balls at Sid and then jumped over the fence and ran away. He knew he was already punished, so nothing worse could happen now. Next morning, when Tom came down for breakfast, he was greeted with a pail of paint and paintbrushes. Aunt Polly had been serious about his punishment. So Tom ate his breakfast and went into the yard to whitewash the fence. Painstakingly, he finished a bit of it. That's when his friend Joe came up to him.
Hey, Tom. Why are you working on a Saturday morning? Working? Who said anything about working? Well, why are you painting the fence then? I am doing it because it is art. Haven't you heard of art, Joe? Well, I have, but I have never done it. Is it fun? Oh, yes, it is. Why else would I do it?
Joe thought about it. It was true. Tom Sawyer would never do anything that wasn't fun. He asked Tom if he could also try it. Tom agreed to let Joe do only a small portion of it in exchange of 3 marbles. Joe thought 3 marbles was too much, but agreed. He wanted to try art. A little while later, their friend Jim came. He saw Tom resting under the tree and Joe painting the fence. He went to Joe.
What are you doing, Joe?
It is art. I paid Tom 3 marbles to let me do it.
3 marbles?
Is it that good? Yes, very good. Jim dashed to Tom immediately and asked if in exchange of his fish book, he too could whitewash the fence. Tom feigned some reluctance, but agreed. And so it went on. Other friends of Tom came and believed that painting the fence was fun. They paid Tom in collector's cards, candies, and even a catapult to get a chance to paint the fence. By noon, the entire fence was painted and Tom was a rich boy. He hid his treasures and went to his aunt.
It's done. What? Unbelievable. Let me see.
Aunt Polly took Tom with her to see the fence. Indeed, it was done. And it was done very nicely. How did he do it? Anyway, his punishment is over. Now I will have to let him go. I hope he does not create more mischief. But as always, when Aunt Polly turned around to tell Tom that his punishment was over, he was already gone. The next day was Sunday, and Tom went to Sunday school. When he reached there, he saw a new girl and was smitten by her. He desperately wanted to impress her. He thought of a way he could prove himself better than the other boys. He went to one of the smartest boys in the class. And bought from him all his yellow tickets in exchange of the treasure he had earned from his friends yesterday. The yellow tickets were awarded only to those boys who had learned all the verses of the Bible. Usually, only older boys were able to get the yellow tickets. When you had enough yellow tickets, you could exchange them for a Bible. The minister asked the class,
"Does anyone have enough yellow tickets for a Bible?"
Nobody had so many tickets, except Tom, who raised his hand. Everybody, including the minister, was surprised. Tom was the most naughty boy they knew. How could he have learned all the verses of the Bible? The minister understood this was one of Tom's tricks, and he decided to test him.
"Very well done, Tom. Please come here and collect your Bible."
Also, as is tradition, when you earn your Bible, you get to recite any 3 of your favorite verses from it. Tom was stumped. 3 verses? He didn't even know one. He fumbled. The whole class laughed at him as they understood that mischievous Tom had got into a big soup this time. Do you still think you will never get caught?
Oh no, Tia. I have to go and tell my friends the truth and apologize to them right away.
It's the weekend and Tofu wakes up early. He goes to Tia and asks what they could do today. Good morning, Tia. Whoa, somebody is up early on a weekend. Maybe we could utilize this time by planning a day out? Definitely, we can. How about visiting the zoo today? We will have plenty of time to explore. What do you think?
That's a wonderful idea, Tia. Let's have breakfast quickly and leave.
Hello friends, I am your zoo guide today. I will tell you about different kinds of animals as we go along. Are you guys excited for the zoo adventure?
Yes, we are.
So the zoo is divided into parts according to the habitat of animals.
What does a habitat mean? A habitat is like a natural home to animals that provides them favorable conditions to survive. Just like we can survive in a safe place and not in a jungle or underwater. Oh, okay.
We are at the terrestrial section of the zoo now.
Oh, what is It's terrestrial, Tofu. What does it mean?
The term terrestrial comes from the Latin word terra, which means land.
Oh, I get it. Terrestrial animals are those who live on the land. Am I right?
That's absolutely correct, young boy. Look around now.
Oh, that's a lion. Mom, look, a deer is hiding behind the tree. Look at the giraffe's neck. Can I be tall like a giraffe when I grow up? Oh, and isn't that a zebra? It's so beautiful. See, there's a hippopotamus too.
Generally, most of them have 4 legs so that they can walk on earth. Dogs and cats are also terrestrial animals. Since they are pet animals, we cannot keep them in the zoo.
So these animals cannot go into the water?
No, dear. This doesn't mean they can't go into the water at all. It simply means that these animals can't live in an aquatic environment as the only habitat for survival.
What is an aquatic environment?
Come, let me show you.
Whoa, now this is something cool. Wow, look at that fish. It's huge.
Now these are aquatic animals. They are designed to live inside the water and cannot survive on the land for too long. Water bodies are a home for these animals. There are giant fish like sharks, whales and dolphins to small animals like crabs, lobsters and other fish. Now look, that's a star-shaped fish. Can anyone tell me what do we call it?
I know, that's a starfish.
That's right. Oh look, it's an octopus. It has 8 legs and that's why it's called an octopus.
That is funny. What if we had 8 legs? But how do aquatic animals breathe? I can't breathe underwater at all.
Good question. Many marine animals like fish have special respiratory organ called gills. These organs extract dissolved oxygen from water and excrete carbon dioxide.
What about those animals who don't have these special respiratory organs to breathe underwater for a long time?
Well, nature has its own way of surprising us. Such animals have the ability to survive both on land and in water as well. These animals are known as the amphibians.
Aren't these cold-blooded animals?
They absolutely are. Toads, frogs, salamanders, etc. All these belong to the category of amphibians. They use special tactics to protect themselves. Some species create a foul odor to keep themselves safe, while some pretend to be dead when they detect danger.
Wow, that's so smart.
Do you want to know about a wiser category of animals?
Yes, please.
Well, arboreal animals spend most of their time on trees to protect themselves from danger, as most predators tend to roam on the land. These animals perform most of their activities like eating or sleeping on trees.
Like monkeys.
Yes, like monkeys, koalas, etc. These animals mainly depend on leaves, flowers, fruits, and seeds, so generally they don't feel the need to roam on the land.
That sounds adventurous. Look at that monkey swinging around on the branches.
Yeah, looks like a lot of fun. Now we come to the last category of animals, the aerial animals.
What are aerial animals?
These animals have the ability to fly in the sky, such as birds. They spend most of their time flying in the air. Can anybody name a few more aerial animals other than birds?
Bats. Flying squirrels.
Good job, kids! Flying insects also belong to this class. Now we have reached the end point of the zoo. I hope you guys enjoyed the trip.
Yay! This was fun, Tia, wasn't it?
Oh yes, look, we utilized a Sunday morning.
That's right. And I learned so much today about different kinds of animals.
Happy birthday, Tofu! Happy birthday, Tofu! Happy birthday, dear Tofu! Happy birthday to you!
Thank you so much, everybody.
Happy birthday, Tofu!
Thanks, Joe. Oh, wow. It's a toy car.
Happy birthday, dear.
Thank you so much, Aunt Mary. I love this.
Happy birthday, sweetheart.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Ben. Oh, wow. This is a toy rocket. I love it. Thank you for the lovely gifts.
Come on, everybody. Let's eat some cake now. So, Tofu, did you enjoy your day?
Yes, Tia. I can't wait to play with all my new toys.
Well, that's great. You must sleep now. You can play in the morning. Come on, let's go to bed. Oh, Tofu, your room is such a mess. Don't forget to clean it before you sleep, or you might stumble and fall in the dark.
I will, Tia. Good night.
All right, good night, Tofu.
Whoa! No! Stop!
Tofu? What is this noise? Will you stop playing, please? I can't sleep. Please don't fly off. I want to play with you. Tofu, no. Wait. Hello, friends. I am Mr. Rocky. I'll take you to the space today. Come, sit inside.
Hi, Mr. Rocky. Whoa, easy. Tia, wait for me.
There is a space suit inside. Wear it, please. We will explore the space today. Do you want to?
Oh, yes. I would love to.
Yeah. Now that we're here, let's make the best out of this adventure. Awesome. I will show you some amazing things out there. Look, we just left Earth.
Wow, isn't it beautiful?
Indeed, it is.
Wow, Mr. Rocky, this looks unbelievable. What is it?
It's a galaxy of stars. It's called the Milky Way.
Tofu, look, it's the solar system. What's that?
It's a collection of 8 planets. The Sun is like the head of the solar family.
But why is the Sun the head of the solar family?
Because all the planets need light to survive, and the Sun emits light for the planets. All the planets revolve around the Sun for light.
But Tia, don't the planets crash into each other while catching the light?
No, Tofu. The planets move on the orbit, keeping their assigned distance.
Wow, what coordination! Tia, how far is the Sun from the planets?
It's almost 93 million miles away. That's why it appears to be so small. The Sun is also a star, just like other stars that we see. It's the biggest object in the solar system.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Did you know that the Sun holds the solar system together? Due to its strong gravitational power, all the planets are able to circle around it instead of drifting away into space.
Wow, Tia, what would happen without the Sun?
Without the Sun, there would be no light or heat. Even the water would freeze and nothing could survive. The trees would die too.
What about the other planets in the solar system?
The 8 planets in the solar system are in the following order: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
And which is the smallest planet?
It's Mercury. It's one of the only 5 planets that you can see from Earth with your naked eyes. But of course, it won't look like a planet. It looks like a bright star when you see it from Earth.
That's amazing!
And Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system. It is also referred to as Earth's sister because it's quite similar in size. It is the second brightest object in the sky other than the moon.
What about Mars?
It is known as the red planet because it has a reddish color. It is cold and rocky. Scientists think that people can live on Mars with the help of some special equipment. Mars is the first planet besides Earth to have its own moons. It has 2 moons, but they are not as big or round like our moon.
Oh, that's crazy! And what about Jupiter?
Jupiter is the largest planet and is called as the gas giant because it is really big and is made up mostly of gases. Then comes Saturn, another gas giant. Saturn is famous for its beautiful rings around it. Although these rings look solid from a distance, they are made up of many small ice particles, rocks, and dust. The 7th planet from the Sun is Uranus. Unlike any other planet in the solar system, Uranus is tilted so much that it actually spins sideways. Uranus has rings around it as well. The 8th planet, Neptune, is very similar to Uranus. Since Neptune is farthest from the Sun, it takes a very long time for it to go around the Sun. It takes over 164 years to finish an orbit around the Sun.
That's incredible! Tia, I never knew these planets even existed.
Nature is incredible.
And yes, I want to tell you that there was a ninth planet too in the solar system. Really? A ninth planet? What was it called? Pluto. It was much smaller than any other planets in the solar system. Then, what happened to Pluto? It was demoted from the solar system to one of the 5 dwarf planets. It was something like a planet but much smaller. That leaves us with 8 official planets in the solar system. Can you name them in order from the Sun?
Yes.
Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. That's correct, Tofu. Wow, you are a fast learner.
Thanks, Tia. Mr. Rocky, thank you for this wonderful ride. I enjoyed myself like never before. Can you take us back, please?
I was glad to have you here. I hope you enjoyed this journey. Yes, we enjoyed a lot, Mr. Rocky. Thank you so much. Let's take you home.
For your favorite rhymes, stories, and more, join Kids Hut family. Subscribe here.